YumiKey. And good morning, and this is day 252 of my 1,000-day adventure. And yes, things are very interesting this week. What I usually do with this 1,000-day adventure is I kind of break them up into 10-day sections and different sections. Just as I did with the 250 days, being it's a quarter of the way through my 1,000 days, and I wanted to see where I was. And actually, I'm in a very good place. Yesterday, I made a video on day 251 talking about, okay, I've been this far, this is where I've come. For some reason, it didn't feel right to post it. I did make that video on that day, and I did post a video, which was of my hike the other day. So I am still making and posting a video every day. It's just, it didn't feel right. Lately, my pattern and things have been shifting. It feels good, which is something else I want to talk about. Yet, just like this morning in these videos, I was doing the Grateful Temple videos, and then I've stopped doing them. It's not because of, oh, I just gave up. It's in lines with what Bob Proctor said. Successful people have their eye on a vision and they stay on it, even if it means making slight changes in their course. There might be big changes, yet they know they're still focused on that course. And that's what I'm doing. I'm focused on what I want to do. I have this desire to share what I have been doing with others, and if it helps, that'd be wonderful. I'm working to get away from this. I want to help or teach, that kind of thing. It's just I want to share. How I want to share, I've been trying different methods, and what I have learned, especially with an interaction with a friend I met at Tony Robbins, is how to judge if I'm supposed to go that direction. I've been trying to do something with Burner Strong and Deadhead Strong in the area of suicide prevention, and I just can't get it going. It just doesn't feel right. There's this person I met through Tony Robbins, and it was on the support team, and when we started getting our tasks of how we're going to support Tony for that event, I met up with her, and she and I, we had an amazing time. She was doing the newsletter for the Tony Robbins support team, and I came on and I got to help her arrange stuff, and she even let me write an article in there, and it felt so good. It was so wonderful to do that. Fast forward to a while ago, she recontacted me, and it was 8+ more years ago, and it said, hey Doug, there's this thing called NaNoNammo where every day for the month of November you write 1,500 words, at the end you'll have a novel. And so I said, okay, cool. So I did it, and I wrote half of my Mr. Bear book. So yeah, we've had some great interactions, and she's my Facebook friend, so we just keep in contact. Lately, it was a couple weeks ago, it's like, I want to contact her and just get her input on this Mr. Bear book. November's coming, I'd like to finish this thing. Maybe she could be my cheerleader like Tony Robbins. And so I contacted her. I didn't try, I did. And we've been working on connecting for a phone call, and it's mostly my fault. Either my phone's not loud, I don't see it. I went hiking during the time. I forget the times we're supposed to talk. Honestly, a lot of it is I just don't use or listen to my phone. Too many spam calls, so I just don't answer it all the time. And so I sat back and I looked at these two things, because even she made a comment, oh, we missed it again. I think she even said, I wonder if it's supposed to happen. And so I sat back and I looked at that, and I especially looked at these two things of, Burner Strong, Deadhead Strong, and then just working with her. It's like, okay, it's not doing. Is there a message here? Am I supposed to do that? Is the message give up? And so I sat back and looked at the two, and I says, okay, Burner Strong and Deadhead Strong, something just doesn't feel right. I've tried to connect with people, and it just doesn't work, and it doesn't feel right. And so then I went over to this other situation, working with my friend, with Tony, and I said, okay, it's just, we're not connecting. I'm not getting those phone calls. That doesn't feel right because it's breaking integrity of what I said I'd make a phone call. Yet I want to connect with this person on a friendship level, on Tony Robbins level. She's a writer. I just feel there's something there, and it feels good. And that's the difference I'm seeing. Is, yeah, there may be misconnections, but does it feel right? Does it feel good? And making sure I connect with her feels right, even with just the level of, hey, Tony Robbins buddy, how you doing? Burner strong and deadhead strong doesn't feel right. It's just, there's so many things within there that just doesn't feel right. I was trying to connect with a community through a need. I wanted to connect with those communities. It was a need. It doesn't feel right. I'll be part of them. That's okay, but to connect in this way doesn't feel right. To connect in the way that I'm moving and going, it feels right. To just hike feels right. And even though I've had to overcome my fear of spending money to get all of this equipment, get everything ready, it's felt right. I go out on the trails and hike and it feels right. Where normally I would hike and it's to a certain distance and it's like, okay, I'm gonna hike this way and I don't want to hike any further, like going to a store or anywhere. And it's just, now on the trails when I hike, if I make a wrong turn, I made a mile plus a wrong turn the other day. And I was like, oh well, let's just find the trail and get back on it. Because I'm going to hike this path, this trail I said I was going to. And it felt good. And that's the point. Everything I'm doing is feeling good. So this week, these 10 days, what I'm doing is I'm reorganizing what feels good. And I hiked for the 22 feels good. If it's just me out there hiking, to just share this awareness about this. And if someone else wants to pick up and do something on their own for vets, great. But just me out there hiking and sharing this message, it feels like I'm not just out there just having fun. I'll be out there experiencing life and all of that, but I'm out there with the message. Last hike I stood for a moment in the middle of the trail and I stopped and I gave thanks for those 22 men who took their life that day. And I said, thank you for the service you gave. And on this day that you decided to depart this world, I thank you for giving me the freedom to experience. And I will continue to march on, hike on with this message. And just this simple message feels so good and easy. And I'm building a website. Yeah, I see a way to make this into an easy, simple business if people want it. But if they don't, the universe is providing a way for me to just hike and do what I love. And that's what I'm doing these next 10 days. Getting everything ready, get my website ready. I got some little banners I'm going to be putting on my backpack as I hike. I've got plans to just share this message, make people more aware that 22 vets die every day. Not die, commit suicide. I even have a message to go into schools about this, how I'm not talking about suicide awareness, just giving gratitude, for the service of our vets. Maybe young people, go just smile at, maybe that homeless person is a vet. We don't know. This message feels so much nicer. So that's what I'm doing. These next 8 days, I did a little yesterday. Yesterday was just getting my head on because, I don't have my coffee. I don't have anything. But I'm doing my Qigong. Even if I got up later this morning, I slept in a little bit, that's okay. I still did my Qigong. I still did my morning practice. I'm still going to go in and listen to my audio. I'll make my coffee then, yet my focus now for these next 8 days, 9 days, whatever, get everything in alignment, get it ready so I can walk around with my backpack on, even down the streets of Angels Camp with I Hike for the 22. Let's start getting this message out. They can go to my website of I Hike for the 22 and see what I'm about. Just my story, my message, what I'm doing, how they can help, with this non-profit. I got an idea to quickly raise the money for the non-profit. So, I am going to create the Grateful Temple. It's going to be created. I am the Barefoot Adventurer. That's what I do. The dojo. Yeah, I'm going to create the dojo. That's the practice and what I do. Because I've decided it's not about suicide prevention, it's about suicide awareness. Just being aware of what it is and what can we do ourselves and others to make this better. And that's what I do in the dojo with Yumikito and Yumiki. So it's all falling into place. I just have to make it easy and do what feels right. So, there we go. Yumiki.